When everything goes wrong, the cold doesn't arrive with a scream. It doesn't rush. It moves slowly, quietly, and with a terrifying patience. One moment, you're just uncomfortable, shivering, trying to tell yourself it's not that bad. The next, your body begins shutting down, and it won't ask for your permission. Most of us imagine freezing to death as something dramatic, a frantic struggle against a blizzard. But the reality is far more subtle, deceptive, and deadly. And the worst part, when the cold starts taking control, our own minds often become our greatest enemy, tricking us into making the worst possible decisions. The first and most dangerous mistake people make in extreme cold is underestimating just how fast it works. Your body loses warmth up to 25 times faster in cold air than it does in normal conditions. And that's before you even factor in wind or moisture, wet clothes, sweat, snow, or even the moisture from your breath freezing on your jacket can silently turn your body into a heat-draining machine. At this stage, doing nothing feels easier than doing something. And that feeling, that urge to just wait it out, is exactly what gets people killed. As the cold tightens its grip, your body enters survival mode. It makes a strategic retreat. Blood is pulled away from your extremities, your fingers, toes, ears, and nose to protect your vital organs, your heart, and your brain. This is why numbness starts in your hands and feet first. Many people mistake this numbness for a good sign, thinking the pain has stopped and they're getting used to it. But in reality, it's a critical warning sign. When you stop feeling the cold, it means your nerves are failing and your body is starting to lose the fight. Then comes the panic. When fear takes over, your breathing becomes shallow and rapid, burning precious energy your body desperately needs to create heat. In a desperate attempt to warm up, many people start moving too fast, running or flailing their arms. This is a fatal mistake. It causes you to sweat, and sweat in freezing conditions is a death sentence. The moment moisture forms inside your clothing, the fabric loses its insulating properties, and heat escapes faster than your body can ever hope to replace it. So what do you do if everything has gone wrong? You have no shelter, no fire, no proper gear. Your first priority is not movement. It's insulation, specifically from the ground. The frozen earth will steal heat from your body faster than the air ever could. Sitting or lying directly on snow, ice, or frozen ground can accelerate hypothermia within minutes. You have to create a barrier. Anything will do, even thin layers of cardboard, a pile of dry leaves, your backpack, a rope, or any extra clothing you can spare, placed between you and the ground can drastically slow down heat loss. Your posture itself can be the difference between surviving the night and not. Curling into a tight fetal position, a bowl, reduces your exposed surface area and traps a precious layer of warm air close to your core. Even just standing still with your arms pressed tightly against your body can be more effective for conserving heat than wandering aimlessly. Every single unnecessary movement burns calories your body might not get a chance to replace. Now, let us talk about one of the most dangerous psychological traps of freezing conditions: the feeling of false warmth. As hypothermia worsens and the brain starts to malfunction from the cold, a person might suddenly feel incredibly warm, calm, and even sleepy. It's a phenomenon known as paradoxical undressing. Some victims of hypothermia are found with their clothes removed because in their final moments, they genuinely believed they were overheating. This is not relief. This is the final stage before your body shuts down completely. If you ever feel suddenly, unusually comfortable and deadly cold, you are in critical danger and you must force yourself to act immediately. If you have any way to block the wind, do it. Wind chill is not just a number on a weather report. It's a physical force that strips heat from your skin. A jacket held up, a top, a large plastic bag, a small wall of tree branches, or even just positioning your backpack as a windbreak can mean the difference between life and death. A shelter doesn't need to be a perfect structure. It just needs to slow down heat loss enough to give your body a fighting chance. Breathing control is a detail that is so often ignored, but it truly matters. Slow, deep breaths help reduce panic and conserve energy. They also help maintain your core temperature by limiting the unnecessary oxygen spikes that burn calories. Most importantly, calm. Controlled breathing helps keep your mind clear enough to make correct decisions. A feat very few people can manage when the cold and fear take over. If you're not alone, survival becomes a team effort. Body heat multiplies when people huddle together. Pressing your bodies close, especially when insulated from the ground, reduces individual heat loss dramatically. In a survival situation, pride, personal space, or discomfort are luxuries you can't afford. Closeness isn't a sign of weakness. It's a brilliant strategy. Food and water also play a role, but not in the way most people think. Eating gives your body the fuel it needs to generate heat through metabolism. However, eating cold snow without melting at first is a terrible idea. It forces your body to expend precious energy just to melt the snow, which lowers your core temperature even further. If you absolutely must consume water, it should be as warm as possible, or at least not frozen, and taken in small sips. Dehydration is also a serious threat, as it reduces blood volume and circulation, making it harder for your body to stay warm. The cold wants you to give up. It whispers to you, telling you to just sit down, rest for a minute, close your eyes, and let go. It's a seductive lie. Many people who freeze to death are found in peaceful positions, as if they simply fell asleep. True survival requires resisting that urge with every fiber of your being. You have to constantly remind yourself, numbness is danger. A feeling of calmness can be a deception, and what feels like rest could be fatal. The people who survive these extreme situations are not always the strongest or the most prepared. They are the ones who understand one fundamental truth. Heat is time, and time is life. Every small decision that slows heat loss buys you a few more minutes, and every one of those minutes increases your chance of rescue, of daylight, of a change in the weather. Freezing to death doesn't happen in an instant. It happens in stages, and at each stage, there's a choice: to insulate or expose, to move wisely or to panic, to stay alert or to surrender. When everything goes wrong and you're facing the bitter cold, survival isn't about being a hero. It's about controlling your heat, conserving your energy, and refusing to let the cold make your decisions for you. Stay safe out there, and thanks for watching.